Hello people and welcome to Footy Judge Mode. The Premier is back after the disappointment Champions League, where Manchester United and Inter are the only teams that won. Of course, this midweek, of course, the only team that won in the Champions League. But Liverpool plays Spurs with a lot of absentees. Arne Slot is walking on fire, to be honest with you, because if he doesn't win against Spurs this weekend, he is gone. He is gone, of course, Arne Slot. He is gone. Spurs as well. Tudor is gone if he loses, actually. It's actually public now. Harry Redknapp is in line to actually take over if Tudor is actually losing that game. Arsenal and Man City, the war of words, of course. Mikel Arteta about the league title and the mood in the Arsenal camp, of course, and going for 4 competitions and actually being favorites for the cups as well. However, in the Champions League, a little bit disappointing performance, of course, against Leverkusen. But disappointing performance doesn't mean loss, which is the Arsenal way this season. Manchester City, massive disappointment. Pep Guardiola questioned in the press conference about his selection for the games, and him responding to the journalist saying that I am the one who chooses the team. When we win, I choose right. When we lose, I also choose right. Manchester United, massive game against Aston Villa, of course, this weekend. Can actually put Aston Villa to bed in this top 5 race, of course. Guys, if you guys are here, hit that like button. It's going to be a good show for you. Hit that like button. If you're watching this in the replay, make sure to like the video. Let's get to 100 likes first. Then move to 200 and 300. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. How is everyone doing? People, we're ready for tomorrow on Sunday. You're ready. Everyone is ready.
That was an absolute calamity by all the British teams.
No, Aston Villa was the only team that won in all of them.
Crazy.
Like in the Conference League and in the Europa League. Yeah. Like one win for the best league in the world, though.
Well,
right?
let me tell you the craziest opinion that I heard.
Switched off with the league, so
all of this is Arsenal's fault. That's the craziest opinion I heard over the last 48 hours. The reason why someone said it's the Arsenal's fault is that teams are focused more on set pieces and structure and defending and corners and throw-ins that he forgot how to play football. I swear to God someone said that.
Not Liverpool.
I swear to God someone said this.
Arne Slot didn't read that programme.
No, Arne Slot didn't. But I start with the title race, and Arsenal play Everton and Man City play West Ham. How do you guys see this? Anybody can this? How do you guys see this? Do you see that it's been stretched more? Do you see Arsenal stretching their lead? Do you see the lead shrinking? Do you see like Man City dropping points or Arsenal dropping points against Everton? Is not an easy game to be honest, for Arsenal, of course.
Yeah,
They're not
I think-
Everton.
I think that game could be tougher on Arsenal than they think it is, because I think the way they set up is an absolute anathema to how Arsenal like to play. David Moyes is more than capable of just rolling in the Emirates with a low block, and we know that they kind of struggle against a low block. And also, but Everton are very good at defending corners, and they're not afraid to get physical. So that could be a slip up. But in terms of the entirety of the title race, I just think that's one game, and Arsenal have a much clearer path to the end, even if they slip up in this one game. And they have room to slip up now because my team has slipped up. So
Everton have got way back as well, so they're dangerous on set pieces.
So people don't trust Arsenal now.
Yeah, that's right.
A little bit.
It's dangerous.
Do people trust Arsenal now to win games, or it is? Someone's, I think on TalkSport yesterday, they said that this is the lowest point tally from a league leader at this point since the Leicester year.
I said that on the last show, I think.
And the people don't trust Arsenal now to win games. Is that, or we still think the same? Okay, someone asked me this yesterday. Is the Arsenal level of playing is trending downwards? That's what someone asked yesterday. Is that something that we can say? Is it trending downwards?
It's just it's more valuable to be in the league. So football's gone out the window. Like, why do you need to play pretty football when you can eke out a 1-0 with a header type thing? Like, that's what seems to be happening. Like, it is a bit grim. I mean, it's pretty grim being a Liverpool fan, to be honest, because we've got so many flair players and we don't play any flair football. But and it must be a bit weird being an Arsenal fan, because like, you have got a really good team. Like, you probably could play some good football. You refuse to because of Arteta, but it is what it is. Like,
I disagree with this, that they refuse to because of Mikel Arteta. It's just, I disagree. You guys think Arteta goes out there and tells these guys, don't play good football?
I mean, have you watched them against Liverpool twice?
But that's the only game.
Did you watch them against Chelsea?
Don't forget
pretty
against
disgusting.
Wolves. Not impressive either game.
Actually, against Wolves, Arsenal played good brand of football. Arsenal
attacked.
Arsenal
played. They took a dive. They took a dive to get a draw.
For the Bayern Leverkusen. For the
To
Bayern
be fair,
Leverkusen
that was
game.
as bad as the penalty that Barcelona got. So let's. Maybe the refs.
No. The Barcelona game, the Barcelona penalty.
In that game.
The Barcelona penalty is way more obvious. However, I think the penalty is obvious. They couldn't overturn it. It's just obvious. It's obvious. He got clipped. Is it soft? Yes, but he got clipped. I don't know why there's a meltdown about it everywhere. I don't know.
It's a lazy leg. Like, you do that.
You know when Jota got clipped. I remember Jota like 3 years ago. God rest in peace. Got clipped, and people just said it's a penalty. It is what it is. I don't understand this outrage from people.
I can't believe you haven't brought up the Inter penalty, Mo. Like, that's a perfect time to bring up a dodgy penalty.
I don't. It's the game. It's the game. You know what I mean?
The
shirt was pulled, and Wirtz fell, and you earned a penalty. It's a stupidity from Bastoni. It's as simple as that. Yeah. It's a stupidity from Bastoni.
Bring that one out.
Done over the years.
Yeah. What do you think, Neil, about the performances of Arsenal?
I'll tell you what, though. Bayer Leverkusen in the UK, they're not bad, are they? Ask the Manchester City fan. Like, they're not bad.
Don't speak about the devil incarnate, Mark Flecken. I can't with that guy.
Talk to me, Neil.
The prime Buffon every time he faces City, a complete scrub against everyone else.
Guys, put the fries in the bag. Arsenal most likely are going through, so put the fries in the bag.
Yeah, of course they are.
You guys know why, right?
There was never any doubt that they were.
You guys know why. You guys know why, right? Like, there is a very obvious reason why most likely it's 80 to 90% Arsenal going through. Because even though people say that Arsenal were bad, guys, Arsenal don't lose games. Arsenal in 47 games lost only 3 games. So the best maybe that Bayern Leverkusen can get is a draw. And a draw will take it to a penalty extra time. So I think Arsenal don't lose game. When is the last time Arsenal lost at the Emirates? It's one game this season, right? Against Manchester United. And I don't think they are playing Man United. You know what I mean? You know, even Man City, people that think that Man City, they haven't lost at the Emirates. It's not at the Emirates.
At the Emirates.
Not at the Emirates. Like
Okay.
Man City as
Fancy
well. Man
losing
City, by the way,
fancy
I think
losing to
Man
Liverpool
City
and
lost
Manchester United
one.
as well,
Did
though.
Man City lose one game at the Emirates at the Etihad this season as well? Like Man City and Arsenal don't lose at their own ground. They don't. It's. I don't think like there is a. I think everything can happen in football, but I don't think that Liverpool are going through. Now, Neil, what do you think about the performances? Are you behind the performances now? Do you see the outrage that it happened over the last 48 hours about Arsenal?
Oh, what's new? Mo, what's new? Outrage about Arsenal. You said it. What's new about that? Mo, let's go back. Before I tell you about the performances and give you my thoughts, you mentioned something about lowest points total since 2016, right?
Yep.
Look, 67 points after 30 games. That's tracking for mid-80s. It's tracking for mid-80s. This whole thing about lowest points total since Leicester. Well, what happened after Leicester? Conte won it with Chelsea, and then came the Pep era. The Pep, Liverpool, Klopp era, where points totals were nuts. They went through the roof. So this whole, like, let's shock people with a stat about, oh, it's the lowest points total since Leicester City. Yeah, but what came after Leicester City? The crazy Pep Klopp era, where Klopp was losing Premier League titles with 97 points. Well, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? So it's not, there's nothing, Arsenal fans shouldn't look at that and take that as a slight. So what? Lowest points total, so what? We're top. That's the main points total. That's the main thing we need to realize, right? We're top. And 67 points after 30 games, that's tracking mid-80s, man. That will win you the title this year. That's fact. In terms of our performances, I don't know, Mo. I don't really care. I'm seeing.
You don't care.
Week.
I think you should care. So I think you should care.
What should I care about? What should I care about? That people are saying that we're boring?
No. I want to hear what you think about the performances. It's not what you care. Like,
okay,
what do you think the performances are as bad as what people make it be? Like, I got every single person, not in this panel. I got every single person that is talking about that Arsenal game. There are people that saying, like, I'm going to tell you something. Even the people that say a win is a win, that's a dig. You know, when I say a win is a win, that's a dig. You know what I mean by this? When I say, yeah, they find ways to win games, that's a dig. I'm actually taking a dig at the performances. It's a tongue-in-cheek comment. When I say, yeah, they won, but you know what I mean? They found a way to win. It's tongue-in-cheek comment. It is me dissing the performances. It's me saying the performance was bad, but they found a way to win. That is, I think, what is happening now. For me, I don't think the Arsenal are entertaining. I don't. Like, I'm watching Arsenal. I don't think you are entertaining currently. I don't think you are.
No, I don't care.
Some games you are, some games you aren't. But
look, people are going to say
Is
things
there
about
anybody
people are
really
going to say
entertaining
things
though?
about Arsenal.
Outside of Barcelona.
Exactly. See, that's it. Kelk said
Yeah,
it
there's
now
not
on
a
the
lot
head.
of good football
Who's
out there
entertaining?
right now.
People would say Arsenal, they're the boring team, set piece FC, whatever. We've debunked the set piece thing. You know, there's other teams out there that have scored a higher percentage of their goals from set pieces. Arsenal are boring. They don't score enough goals from open play. Well, we score plenty from open play. We're the only Premiership side that scored over 100 goals, right? This season. We were the first ones to do it. I think City are not far behind. So it depends what you're saying. It depends what you're saying is boring. Like, yeah, okay, sometimes we're not easy on the eye, but we're still scoring goals. It's a bit of a myth. We only score from corners. We don't score enough goals from open play. We don't score enough goals full stop. Well, if we don't score enough goals, we've scored more than every other Premier League club. So if we don't score enough goals, those guys have got a bigger problem than us. That's a fact. Am I missing
goals
something?
like your third highest scorer at one stage?
Say that again.
I'm just being edgy. Sorry, I'm just being edgy.
Now, go on, go on. I didn't hear what you said. What did you say? Own goals?
It wasn't own goals your third top scorer at one stage.
Yeah, but how do own goals happen? Right? It's us putting pressure on the opposition.
Corners and set pieces. So not only did you score the goals,
we've scored over 100 goals.
They also scored the goals for you.
Yeah, people are not going. People are not taking the ball under no pressure and just blasting in their own net, are they? That's Arsenal putting it on teams.
Yeah,
and if it's an own goal, it's an own goal. couldn't care less.
I wouldn't mind a few, mate. To be honest,
I bet you would.
So let me just run these quickly. Big up, brother Neil. 4 cup finals next. Kilk hold that, guys. I'm gonna tell you something. I just noticed something. Within 10 days, just the next 10 days, Arsenal can go to the quarterfinal of the Champions League, win the first trophy in 5 years, extend their lead to 7 points ahead of Man City. It's 10 days. It's 10 days. These next 3 games for Arsenal can actually shape the season for them pretty well, actually, the next 3 games, especially the cup final on Sunday. Because it would be crazy, actually, if that happens. If Arsenal extend their lead, because talk about City, there is a blueprint to how beat City now, which is what Real Madrid did. One of the only 3 teams in Europe with over 100 goals, most goals in the Premier League, second most open play goals. Shake my head for the narrative. Yeah, that is the narrative that people talk about now, is Arsenal scored 101 goals, 69 of them are from open play. Is that bad? I don't know the percentage of Man City. Someone can give me the percentage of Man City. Probably Man City scored like 80 or 85 goals or something like this from open play. I don't know. I need someone to give me that.
I just want to.
Nobody focuses
I don't
on
care about
this.
stats anymore.
I just want to mention one thing, though, by the way, because
Go ahead.
what you said then, Mo, is like really, really poignant about the fact that Arsenal in the next 10 days could do a madness. Liverpool have failed twice in those situations under Jurgen, where we went out of cups, lost cups, and also went out the league in the space of 2 weeks. That's happened twice in the last couple of years. It's defining. Like,
Do you expect Arsenal to crumble, though?
Yeah, but you've not done it before. So, like we've done it before, and we've still failed. Like, it can happen. So it's like it's getting really confident about, like, oh, we score goals and we do this and we do that. But doing that is so difficult.
But do you think that particular situation for Arsenal is the team that is going against him is Man City, and we see how fragile Man City are. Like, we've watched it over the last week. They're very fragile. Manchester City, you know,
they won before. Like,
you think they have? You think?
Still.
Okay, who's keep getting selections wrong?
Yeah.
Pep, who plays the high line worse than Ange Postecoglou. Pep, who the video is circulating. Pep Guardiola. Listen, I like Pep's football.
Mo, I'm looking at a bit of Linda's. I'm looking at a bit of Linda's at the way Man City are playing.
I don't like the Pep brand of football.
What are you talking about? Pep Linders? If it was Pep Linders, we'd be playing more direct transition football, which actually suits our players.
Some of that
Instead, we're playing possession ball that's slow build up that none of our players know how to do.
Now we're gonna go to City. Let's go to
issue.
Let me read this, and then we can go to City now. Arsenal are doing what they need to do at this point. John Obi Mikel hates it. Like, nobody disliked Chelsea parking the bus. When John Obi Mikel is trying to get a gig, and he got the gig, he's trending now. He's gonna go to Sky Sports. He's gonna get he got the gig at Talk Sport now. So Magnum, my man, he literally did it. He got the gig. We're talking about him. Everyone's talking about John Obi Mikel. So he's got the gig. He did it. Why doesn't the fact of Arsenal being a goal or two behind City in open play goals, and we are being even better in Europe for those pretty goals, everyone says we don't score? Arsenal aren't. Okay, as far as I know, Arsenal are way behind City in open play goals. Way behind. However, one of the things that people don't understand is that scoring set pieces is good. It's not bad. I don't know why people label that as a bad thing. It's something you practice on every week, and you go and execute it, and you score it. It's fantastic. It's great. Why is this a bad thing? Why are people saying set pieces are a bad thing? I don't understand. City are way ahead of Arsenal in open play goals. Way ahead, by the way. If I'm not mistaken, about 13. In the league, City only scored like 7 and Arsenal scored 20. So there is 13 goals difference in open play between the two teams, if I'm not mistaken. So someone can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think this in Arsenal for scoring corners is weird to me. It's strange because I like it, actually. Inter score a lot of set pieces. Liverpool actually were brilliant in set pieces. Trent, Van Dijk, they were brilliant in set pieces. Matip, they were amazing at it. So I don't understand why.
the narrative's moved on though, right? It's not that who's dissing us now for scoring set pieces. They're just dissing us for being boring or something, right? It's moved on from dissing Arsenal for scoring set pieces. Or am I wrong?
It is.
Mm.
It is. Someone said it's 39 to 35. Okay, can I stand corrected? If that is correct, I stand corrected on it. So that means, okay, it's impossible actually. That is impossible. Because in the league, hold on. Arsenal and Man City in the league scored 59 goals. You're telling me that City scored 17 set piece.
I think he's saying all competitions, right?
No. You scored 69 open play in all competitions, not 39. So did City score 17 set pieces? By the way, that is excluding penalties, by the way. Excluding penalties. So you cannot count penalties for a team. And you can. So someone fact check this, please, people. Someone fact check this. Brian here on Arsenal said
17 open or set piece. I don't believe.
Okay, guys, that
I
is
can't remember a
impossible.
single one. I would have predicted we had 2.
I don't believe that.
We're so terrible on
Hold on.
corners and set pieces.
That is
Yeah, I don't think
impossible.
City score
City
many at all.
39.
We're so bad at them. I don't believe
Guys,
that.
Guys, City 39 open play goals, Arsenal 35 open play goals. Okay.
That must be in the
Unless
Prem only.
Someone need to explain this to me. That means that City scored 20 set pieces because they scored 59 goals.
I remember
set
one
pieces.
set piece goal this whole season. We're terrible at corners. Absolutely awful at them. They're just a complete waste of time. We're so terrible at them.
Okay, I need someone to fact check this stat and actually explain it because I don't remember City scoring 20 set pieces.
I can remember Joško Vardiel scoring from a corner. He's like
What
our
do you
only
mean?
corner threat.
Someone say transition goals aren't counted. These are open play goals. Counter attacks are open play goals. What?
Weird.
What are we doing here?
What are these stats?
What are we doing here?
You sound like they're from Wikipedia or something.
Guys, what is this? Transition. So the goal that City scored against Arsenal doesn't count as an open play goal? It's definitely an open play goal. It's definitely one.
Because we scored I think we had a stretch where we were doing quite a few transition goals.
By the way, Man City have scored 46 open play goals in the Premier League this season. So that's
okay, hold on. Is that
not counting transition?
Is that no? Is that including or excluding penalties, Matt? Is that including or I am checking it, Magnum. I am checking it.
Set piece goals and yeah.
So Man City scored only 6 set piece goals and,
yeah, 6.
And how many penalties?
I'd even question that's
I don't know. It just says 59 in total in the Prem, but 46 open play. You want to know how many pens?
So 13 goals, not from open play, probably 6 penalties or something, right?
3 penalties.
We only have a couple. Yeah, we only have a couple of penalties.
3 pens.
Oh,
We don't
okay.
get a whole lot
We've
of-
only
we don't get a
had
lot of
one.
goals.
We've only had one.
Really?
Because we don't even get in the box anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think we even got a penalty until like October or November. Like we went months without even getting one.
It's entertaining football equals Semenyo at the 10. We're gonna talk about Semenyo. We're gonna talk
better
about
make
City.
it quick. I gotta go soon, but I have thoughts about that one. My God, that was
Okay, we'll come to City. Just give me a second. Let me read this. Mo, in the Bayern game in the UEFA Champions League, Arsenal weren't panicking. I saw it in the second time. Arsenal weren't panicking after Arsenal weren't panicking after Bayern scored. Yeah, after Leverkusen scored, they weren't panicking. But subbing Saka at 55 minutes is a little bit of.
Arsenal
what
got
happened to him?
21 set piece goals, by the way. Sorry.
Yeah, I know in the league. Yeah.
Isn't Saka the best right winger in the world now? Like, what was he being subbed off in a Champions League game?
33 open play, by the way. 33 open play.
This idiot, does he think own goals are deliberate? No, no one said that. No one said that own goals are deliberate. But at the same time,
come on.
yes, Arsenal never done it before, but don't you think they would have learned the lesson 3 seasons in a row? Mac, do you think that Arsenal would have learned the lesson?
Bad lessons because they didn't win anything.
No, but you learn. We'll see. You know what?
Well, let's hope
Sunday is only 9 days away. So Sunday is only 9 days away.
Because it's not easy.
Yeah. Lowest points total leading by game week 30 is disingenuous narrative as it focuses on team leading They're winning it. Game week 30 in 23-24. City were third on the same points as now after 29 games played. They won it with 91 points. Oh, that is a fantastic super chat. Wow, oh, that is one of the best super chats I've seen.
Smashed it.
Oh
Yeah,
my,
because they won their last 8 in a row.
Absolutely fantastic super chat, my man. So yeah, it's the leading team by game week 30, but City won the league, being on the same number of points as Arsenal now. That's a fantastic super chat. To be honest with you. Manchester City, big up, my man. Thank you for the support, everyone. Manchester City, Pep Guardiola is drowning with Manchester City with his selection on the high line. What is happening? And what is Foden, Kelk? What happened to Phil Foden?
I'm asking the same question. You know that I back Foden, and I think Pep just doesn't trust him right now because he's not getting any minutes. Like I think he got 10 minutes in that cup game against Newcastle. He hasn't played in a while. I don't think Pep trusts him, and I'm really frustrated with it because some of our best football this season was played with Phil Foden, and we played in a style, as I was kind of alluding to from K-Mac was saying Pep Linders effect. I think Pep Linders was affecting the style of play when we had that 8-game winning streak back in November, December, and Foden and Turkey were thriving. Holland was scoring goals. We were playing more transition style. Nico G was the 6, and we were playing well with that. And ever since the new year started, we're just not playing the same way. We're playing that slow possession buildup. We're trying to do it without a 10, which makes no sense because we don't there's no creativity. Our wingers don't create that much. Ryan Turkey creates quite a bit, but Ryan Turkey's been on the bench for a long time as well. I think that lineup against Real Madrid, that game, that broke me. I could not believe that. Pep keeps making some of the same mistakes. It's like he has certain favorites and he'll shove them into the lineup no matter what it was. Savinho had a good game against Newcastle. He shoves them in the lineup at the Bernabeu in one of the biggest games of the season, and the guy did absolutely nothing. He keeps trying this asinine 3-1-6 with Rodri, despite it failing multiple times. It failed against United. It failed against Bodo Glimt. I don't even know Prime Rodri could handle that setup. Being alone in a midfield by himself with a changed up back line against a team that likes to counter. He's just coming off an ACL and has several setbacks. And you're giving him zero protection in the midfield. I don't get it. It's not like we need to make a signing too. We have players on the bench that can give him the support. Pep just won't play them. We're not creating chances outside of Doku in that game. We had a 10 on the bench. Pep brought him on late in the game. And lo and behold, we started looking better, but the game was already over at that point. So it doesn't, maybe if you'd started with that and not put Antoine Semenyo, who has one of the worst first touches I've ever seen, in a position where you need to have a good touch.
Now.
No, I'm not blaming Semenyo. I'm blaming the manager for putting him in a position to fail in a game that he was probably already nervous in because it was the first Champions League game of his career at the Bernabeu. And you ask him to do a role he doesn't know how to do and doesn't have the tools to do. Like, if you want somebody in that pocket who has a good first touch, again, on the bench, you could have played Foden there. You could have played Ryan Turkey there. You have those players. You're putting someone in that position. You shove Savinho into the lineup who did nothing. The two wingers did nothing because, well, Doku did a little bit until the first 10 minutes he was cooking Trent. And then their manager realized, oh, all I have to do is double team Doku and their attack falls apart. And that's exactly what happened. So I'm just very frustrated with that whole thing. I think it was completely preventable. Again, we have the players.
I got some people telling me.
Can we all talk about the Courtois save, though? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
I mean, that could have put the cat
in the world, and there's no doubt about it. He was
3-1 is a completely different game.
I expected him to be that good because he's Courtois.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, but satanic club, to be honest with you. He's ridiculous. He's ridiculous. But I got for the first time, people are telling me that they don't trust Man City now.
Look, Pep got it completely I've had German chicken wing, and then you got it.
I've had someone else. I've had German chicken wing, one of the viewers. I've had other City fans. I've had people telling me this is the first time we're actually thinking, no, he's not gonna actually find a solution for us to go on a run now. I've spoken to one of my friends, is City fan. He's like, no, I don't see Pep finding the solution that he found in the treble season or the season where he was third and led the league and won the league after that. They don't think that City can find that solution to go on win the last 9 games in a row. People think that it's it's very hard for them to come back against Real
Pep
Madrid.
has the solutions. He's refusing to play them. We played good ball early this season, playing more transition style, direct style. That worked. He abandoned it for build up. And you know, Erling Haaland is not doing very much right now. We have a solution, Omar Marmoush, who can do better, who fits the style that
Erling
Pep's trying to
Haaland
play right now
cannot be
better, and
benched.
Pep won't play him. It's Omar Marmoush. He won't play him.
Guys, Erling Haaland cannot be benched. Sal, what were you saying about City and how do you see this going with City?
I wouldn't throw in the towel with City, to be honest. I don't think they're out of the tie. I think they get an early goal at the Etihad. It's still wide open. Sometimes you can lose games. That happens. I wouldn't be so downbeat about it. I would use it as an advantage. Go to the next game, get an early goal. You never know what can happen in that game. The only problem with City at the moment, I want to know about Pep Guardiola. Is he losing it a little bit? Because this season, on more than one occasion, he's made some questionable decisions. As you said, Bodo Glimt, when he left Rodri alone in that number 6 and they were getting completely outrun in that midfield. And he keeps doing these weird selection things. Like obviously Semenyo as a number 10. You know, I never heard that. He's a winger for me. But I don't think it's as doom and gloom. I don't. I still think it's wide open. I think they're going to bounce back. I'm not going to be absolutely...
what are they waiting for, Sal? It's March. What are they waiting for?
Yeah, I'm like, we're almost end of March. Like, the next game is the international break. It's the last...
Like,
the last game of the Premier League in March
is
is this game.
What I'm saying is that I don't think they're out the Champions League. I don't. I think they can get an early goal and it can work out itself. You never know in the Champions League. You never know. I know they're not playing well, but you know, if anyone can do it, it's Pep Guardiola. You know, it's Pep Guardiola. I don't think they're going to win the league. I've always said Arsenal are going to win the league from the beginning. I think that Arsenal will drop points, but so will Man City. And that's the thing. I think even if Man City beat Arsenal, I think Arsenal will end up with the most points, and that's it. So, and that's how I see it. But I won't be so pessimistic around Man City. I think they've done okay in regards to keeping up there in the league title and stuff. And obviously they're going to be second place, which you know, is not too bad. You know, at the end of the day, speaking as a Man United fan, of course, I said it yesterday. I'm like here on work experience. We're not even in Europe, so at the end of the day, so I'm just trying to, you know, be a little bit more play devil's advocate a little bit.
They're done.
I know you are.
Their fans are giving up, bro. It's just they've done.
They give up. They're Man City. I'm Man United. I'd never give up.
Before.
You
know, I know that's the mentality, baby. We spoke about it last week, right?
Yes.
They've given up, bro. They've given up.
I've said this on City before. I think people have kind of forgotten that they've done a massive rebuild in the space of 2 seasons that people have forgotten about. Like the amount of churn and turnover in their squad, and to still be competitive. They're in a cup final. They've got us in another cup, which they'll probably win, and then they'll roll on to another cup final.
Nah, Mac, I'm not having
and
that.
Oh my God, he's giving City excuses. Oh my God, he's giving City excuses.
No. This is the mighty Pep. The mighty Pep. He spent $500 million in 12 months. The mighty Pep. By the way, they still got. We've got Donnarumma. They got Ruben Diaz. They got Rodri and Haaland. That's their spine, by the way, guys. What are we doing here? Donnarumma. People say best goalkeeper, arguably.
New goalkeeper.
No, that's Courtois.
New goalkeeper. It's an upgrade. The goalkeeper's better than their previous goalkeeper. He's better than Ederson. He's a better goalkeeper than Ederson. City fans tell me if I'm wrong. Then you got Ruben Diaz. They go on about Ruben Diaz like he is like some sort of prime Virgil van Dijk, bro. Anyway, so Ruben Diaz is rated. Rodri, Ballon d'Or winner, and Erling Haaland. That's their spine. Phil Foden, PFA Player of the Year a couple of years ago, year before last. Like, we're talking about a rebuild here, guys, but they kept the spine. The spine is solid. And then he spent $500 million, and it's Pep. Like, what? We can't be giving Pep excuses and then not giving Arteta excuses. Oh, by the way, I'll give neither of them excuses. Arteta has to win and Pep has to win. And one of them is going to fucking lose. And that's a fact. And it'll be a failure for whichever one loses. Now, you can argue about which one's going to be the bigger failure, but we can't be doing that, Mac. We can't be giving them excuses. They're going for a rebuild for 2 years. Now, come on, their spine is their spine.
I just think people have slept on that they've had a huge amount of
who slept on it
in their squad. and
The
they
media,
still
the
been
media
competitive.
loves the media
But you
love
look at
giving
Liverpool
City
now.
out.
You look at Liverpool now. You've got people that are talking on all the other channels, and you know who they are. All the shills. Oh, it's a rebuild. Oh, we have to go from the old guard to the new lot. Like Manchester City have been
You
doing
actually
that for the
do.
last 2 years.
You actually do need to go for a rebuild. You're not City.
Manchester City have been going through it for the last 2 years, and they are still competitive. Like
Manchester City.
everyone can
Look
say
at
what you
their
want about
spine,
them, but
mate.
they've still
They've
kept
got-
up.
Hold on,
with
what
being
does that mean?
competitive.
Hold on. They got
Fine.
Diaz and
I disagree
Gay.
with what you're saying because
Of course
I
you
think,
do, Kelks.
I,
You,
no,
you
I,
agree
no,
with me.
I think some of the spine has been the problem this season.
But
I think the
you're
way
talking
that
about a
Pep is asking
rebuild.
Rodri to play, he's just not physically able to do right now.
You can't tell
And
because
again, like
he
I
doesn't
said, we
trust his
have
knee.
the solution is you play him with Nico Gonzalez together, and that's your
Yeah.
stability in the midfield. Pep won't do it. He kind of found a solution with Nico O'Reilly, and I did like that. But the problem is then you don't have a creative player on the pitch. And again, we have those players on the pitch. I just think Pep is too loyal to some of these players who have gotten over the line before, while failing
you
to
said this
recognize that
6
their
months
skill set
ago.
has dropped off
Yeah.
enough that it's just not like there's better players on our team that are that have proven in the season that they can get us, like they can get us. You know, Ryan Turkey, he has proven he's the best 10 in the team right now. A team that's struggling to create chances right now. He's on the bench. Why? Why is he on the bench? What is Bernardo Silva doing that's better than Ryan Turkey right now? He's not physical in the midfield. He's not creating anything in the midfield. Our midfield is getting cut wide open. What is he doing? Why is a physical player who can help patch the hole in the middle on the bench for him? And why is a creative player who can help the attack on the bench for him?
But
I don't
Kelps,
understand
You've got
that.
the solution.
So
Yeah,
I'm
but you're
struggling
you're
with that
saying
right now.
you're saying you've got the solution there. So like I can't like City and Liverpool are not at the same. Oh, we're going for a rebuild. Like Liverpool actually are. Like Virgil van Dijk's a year older. Salah. These players are actually. This is a rebuild. Like Liverpool, you've lost Trent. You never replaced him. Alisson is injured more than Abu Dhabi. Geezer's made of glass. He's a goalkeeper. Why is he always injured? Maybe he's done. Maybe he's shot to pieces. I don't know. But Liverpool are actually need a rebuild and going for a rebuild. City, you can't give them that out, Mac. You can't give them that out. I don't know. That's just my
They're
take
rebuilding
on it.
too.
Two different. Yeah, but
like
two
you said,
different
Bro,
positions.
Mac,
Why
rebuild.
aren't you?
Rebuild is they went and bought one of the best goalkeepers in the world. They bought arguably one of the best left backs in the league. They bought the best winger in the first half of the season. They bought one of the best defenders in the league or first half of the season. What a rebuild! Like the only
a lot of
what
those players
rebuild?
You
are
literally
not
just
playing.
heard what you said. You literally just heard what you said.
Yeah.
Like
The word, by the way,
bought,
the word.
we bought possibly the best 10 in the world, generational talent. Yeah.
Mhm.
We bought a right-sided wing back who's got an unbelievable amount of GA in the last couple of years. Like from the Bundesliga, we got.
You know,
him.
only Liverpool
We got
fans
one
would
of the
say
best
these stuff.
strikers in the
Rebuild.
Premier League. We got one of the best young strikers in Europe.
Yeah.
We got one of the most.
And you're not in a
highly rated
rebuild.
left backs that Man City wanted, by the way.
With all due respect,
And our
man,
excuse is we're rebuilding. We can't transition.
this rebuild thing is a myth. Okay, this is my view of a rebuild. There is something called rebuild. If you buy a cheap player, a young player that you are building with, right? So you wait for that player to grow. You wait for that player to gain experience. But there is something. But hold on. Let me just say. I need to just to get this. I need to get it. Let me just explain to you what I mean. But
well, just question.
Nouri is there. That's an experienced player. Let me
He
explain
wasn't
to you
there
what I mean.
on Wednesday.
They're both midfielders.
Guys,
They're both
Mac,
midfielders.
let me explain to you what the difference between a rebuild. Buying Zubamendi for Arsenal, that's not a rebuild. You bypass the word rebuild. You bypass that by paying good money for the top players and buying the ready-made players. You cannot say. Let me give you an example. If Real Madrid, if Barcelona tomorrow, after Lewandowski, they go and buy Erling Haaland, they can't say it's a rebuild. If you go and buy the best players out there, that's you skipping the word rebuild. That's top teams. They do this. A rebuild is when you are dependent on a Saka, a young player, a Martinelli, a young player, a Saliba, a young player, and you are rebuilding with them. For example, buying Isak isn't a rebuild. You are skipping the steps. You are jumping to the second floor. Man City went instead of Man City sticking to Trafford and rebuilding with Trafford. When Trafford didn't work in the beginning of the season, what did he do? Who's the best goalkeeper out there that's available? Donnarumma. I'm gonna go buy Donnarumma. When the rebuild didn't
I
work
don't
on the
think they were
wing,
expecting Donnarumma to be available though. That to me is just like just
yeah,
happenstance.
but I do that for Arsenal. Arsenal buying Zubimendi, that's not a rebuild. Hincapie is not a rebuild. Hincapie is an invincible at Liverpool. That's not. You're skipping the rebuild by paying the top dollar,
we bought
right?
a combination of like half of the players we bought are kind of like
but you get my point.
You cannot give. Player. I'd argue Doku when we bought him was kind of a project player.
Exactly.
Kusanov
I agree with you.
Kusanov, Victor Hayes, Naipan, Juma bought those kind of players that we all bought are part of a rebuild, but
Kusanov
rebuild. Transitional season.
Guys. Yes,
transitional,
Kusanov,
not rebuild. Yeah. Also,
Kusanov
part of a rebuild is
rebuild.
also moving players on, and I don't think we've done a good enough job with that.
Guys, you can't rebuild if you have the Ballon d'Or winner come back, if you have Foden that has been in the team for 7 years, if you have Erling Haaland out there, if you have Ruben Diaz. Yes, they started with Guardiola, but when Guardiola fell, they literally went and bought an England international, one of the best center backs in the league. That's not a rebuild. That's skipping the rebuild. You are skipping it. Instead of, you know what rebuild is? Rebuild is that. Rebuild is phrase. If you depend on Kusanov for a while and you say, yeah, I'm rebuilding with Kusanov. But they didn't want that. They didn't want this. They didn't want the rebuild. They wanted the transition. They wanted, let's get the ready-made players.
Pep wants to play his experienced players, but the irony is that Kusanov actually, I think, fits the way we're playing better than Diaz does. I think Kusanov's look. I think
there is no excuses for City, and there is no.
He fits the style better.
Sorry,
and there is no excuses for
Pep Guardiola.
He got skinned alive against Real Madrid.
Who?
Kusanov.
Actually, he was their best defender.
Again, he hasn't played right back since September. So.
I'm sorry, guys. Kusanov was their best defender.
Did you see that third goal?
That was a wonder goal from Federico Valverde. I gotta.
What third goal?
Another bang.
Third goal. That's not him. That's Gehi closed his eyes instead of going for the ball and he got chipped. Gehi. That's from Gehi. Literally, Gehi closed his eyes, jumped forward, and then suddenly the ball is behind him.
Unbelievable flick.
Yeah, but again,
Federico Valverde is a world-class player. If I could take anyone from that Real Madrid squad, it would be Federico Valverde.
To be honest with you, you allowed him to do all of
this. I mean, Valverde's probably going to play up front now, isn't he? Like Jude Bellingham did that season. Is he getting that many goals?
I don't think he did, but anyways, I gotta run because I told him about this before. I'm not just ditching because it's like the city talk, but I did have to go anyway. So I hope you guys have a good stream. So bye.
Bye.
We're moving on. Moving on.
Transitional. Leave me alone. Transitional.
That's okay. T here is saying the almighty Philip Walter frozen can start. By the way, again, I think Pep, I don't know if he's protecting Foden or Foden is like can't start. If Haaland doesn't score, is he better than Andy Carroll? Yes.
Andy Carroll was a beast. What are you talking about?
Erling Haaland is the Erling Haaland.
No, he's playing in the UK, isn't he? Like
I can't imagine. I can't imagine that people are saying that Erling Haaland should be benched. I swear to God, I can't imagine that Erling Haaland. People saying that Erling Haaland should be benched.
Scoring any goals, Mo? Then yeah.
People want Enzo Maresca. They want Enzo Maresca over Pep Guardiola.
Like Mamouche scored 2 goals in his last game. Like you know what I mean? You put the guy that scores the goals in. Like we're having the same problem.
Fair.
You can't keep on playing Mo Salah if he doesn't score any goals.
Mo, are you saying Fergie never rebuilt at United? No, he did. Of course, Fergie maybe did. I can't remember what. I can't remember exactly the signings now. Like I'm not a computer here. I'm not Google to remember every single signing that he did when Mourinho came in. But I stand on my point, German Chicken. Spending the top money to get the ready-made players, it means that you're skipping the rebuild of a team. You're getting the stars that are ready to play. Buying Mbappe isn't a rebuild. Buying Vinny Jr. isn't a rebuild. Buying Michael Olise tomorrow. If Liverpool buy... Let me give you an example. If Mohamed Salah goes to Saudi Arabia and Liverpool buy Michael Olise on the right side, no one is going to give Liverpool an excuse to rebuild. It's like, you got to win. You have to win now.
Fergie definitely rebuilt. Think
Yeah,
about when he brought Ronaldo in those 3 years that he didn't win the title, right? Sal, you'll remember 04, 05, 06.
Rooney was a young player that is
Rooney
a
was
rebuild
People
as
actually
well.
writing him
You
off
bought
at
him at
that
18.
time. They should sack him and all this business. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. The Fergie's job. Man, he definitely rebuilt because to
He had
Mo's
David
point,
Belly
he
on.
wasn't buying the ready-made top dogs that are out there. Do you know what I mean? Tevez had one good season at West Ham, kept him up. He brought Tevez in. They were still young players, and we know Fergie rebuilt.
Fergie started when he started building that team. He started in 2003, and by 2008 it was ready. That's what he did. He sort of added a few players here and there, but by 2008 it was ready. That's what Ferguson used to do, a proper rebuild. He wouldn't necessarily get the world beaters. He might get one or two up and coming, like Wayne Rooney.
How the fuck are you saying this? If I literally said that same thing, buying Zubimendi, that's not rebuilding. Buying Hincapié is not rebuilding. How the fuck did you come up with that dumb conclusion? How did what I said? How did you come up to this conclusion? If I literally had the same exact definition for Arsenal, for City, I said Arsenal going in and buying Eucharist, that is not a rebuild. Even though people say, oh, it's transition to a number 9. Bro, you went and bought a 60 million pound striker that scored 100 goals. There's no transition, there's no rebuild. You got to make it fucking work. Zubimendi is a Spanish international. You got to make it work. I got the same energy, bro. How did you come up to this conclusion?
Didn't Arteta do a rebuild when he came in?
That is a proper rebuild.
That's a rebuild, isn't it?
See, that is a rebuild. You know what I mean? That is
Emery brought a lot
Rice,
of youngsters through, didn't he?
like the first year, like when you depend on a Saka, a Martinelli, when you get a Ben White as a center back and you transform him to a right back, that is a. But if he went on,
They
like
paid 50 million for him, didn't he? 30 million. Ben White.
he was after this.
Really sure that's
Arsenal
a
buying
rebuild.
Kai Havertz, that is not a rebuild. Arsenal buying Kai Havertz, it's not a rebuild. Anyway, long story short, this is what people literally just think about what I say.
No, it's because you're a celebrity.
Just ridiculous. I swear to God, it's not fucking ridiculous. That's, bro, I'm fasting and it's done my heading, bro.
They're buying a ready-made house and just putting it in the spot. That's what they're doing.
Anyway, for Liverpool and Man United, Liverpool, Arne Slot, where are you? I'm going to ask you the question. Where are you, Mac, in the
I've not changed.
Salah Van Dijk debate that is happening now everywhere about who's to blame? You know, I don't know the ins and outs of that yet. I'm about to, like, I wanna know what is going on, but there's some people blaming Salah and some people blaming Van Dijk. Where are you here?
I don't think Van Dijk's been that bad this season, if I'm honest. Like, I just think he's having to do a lot of work he's never had to do before. Like, you know,
where's that Uber driver Rex?
It's like say the wife's never say like in the kitchen, yeah. It's never been your job to put the dishes in the dishwasher, yeah. But you put the bins out, yeah. So that's your job. You do the bins, she puts the dishes in the dishwasher. And then suddenly you're having to put them in the dishwasher. And she's like, well, why are you putting them in that way round? Like they fill up with water. Or why are you putting the cutlery the other way around? That's like Virgil right now at Liverpool. Because he's like doing stuff that he's not used to doing, which is like the real
defending.
Yeah. That's how they're defending.
He's putting the dishes next to the dishwasher in the zone.
He's always had the guy that puts the fires out for him, and then he's the one he's the Rolls Royce. Like, thou shalt not pass, like, you know, last line and the long passes, and not having to win all of those headers all the time, and not even have to go for the second balls. And now Virgil's having to do all that, and he's old.
We were having this debate. We had the Virgil van Dijk debate a few weeks ago with that Uber driver Rex, and he was saying Virgil van Dijk. He was that day.
He's a crypto billionaire.
He was saying Virgil van Dijk is the best centre back in the league. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Right now, he's the best centre back in the league.
I'm not. Look. I don't want to have like an Arsenal debate. Like I'm
not even going to mention Gabriel Saliba. I just.
But I'm telling you, if you stuck Saliba or Gabriel in Liverpool's team and asked them to do what Virgil and Canate have had to do this season, we'd be in the relegation zone, mate, and we'd have conceded twice the amount of goals.
Let's just look at the last game. What was
It's
your
just
last
not
game?
one-on-one players.
What was your last game? Galatasaray.
Yeah.
Virgil van
Shit.
Dijk. What's he
Shit.
doing? We're not even talking about.
Actually,
you're
Van
asking
Dijk
him-
was
you're
not that
asking him
bad.
to-
in the-
Van Dijk was good.
Oh,
It was
Mo.
Canate that
No, he
reversed
was
back
bad.
to Canate
He
at
was
the start
bad.
of
No,
the
he wasn't.
season.
No, he wasn't.
bad.
Virgil van Dijk wasn't bad.
Sleeping
Van
at the
Dijk
back
wasn't
post.
bad.
Sleeping, having a nap with his buddy Ekatike. They might as well have been in bed together. It was a joke. This is basic shit that we're talking about, right? Like, you can say he's been asked to do stuff that he doesn't normally have to do, but this is the best centre back of a generation. Like, he's got to be putting in better performances than he has been this season, regardless if you're asking him to do stuff that he's not. You're not asking him to do. You're not asking him to go from being a centre back to being a striker here, right? Yes, he's been asked to do some slightly different duties to what he's used to, but the drop off is insane. He's been shocking this year. There's so many examples of him
Who do you
switching
have?
off.
Who do you
Yeah.
have in front of Gabriel and Saliba?
Zubamendi.
Zubamendi and Rice.
Defensive midfielder. Yeah. Do they win their duels? Are they two of the highest duel winners in the Premier League this
They
season?
do actually.
What's that? got to do
McAllister
with-
looks like he's got a parachute on his back. McAllister can't even win off his duels now. And Gravenberch might as well take up ballerina classes.
What's that got to do with Virgil van Dijk getting done by the wind?
Because
and
he's got
turning his
because
back
he's
on
got
shots
no
where he should front
defense.
them up.
He's got no defensive cover in any games.
He got done by wind. What are we talking about? And then he got done by, and then he switches off so many times for you this season. It's you run out of fingers in terms of how many times he's switched off this season. I don't think we can have this anymore where, okay, Van Dijk, you can't keep bailing him out, Matt. You can't keep bailing him out. Not in my opinion, anyway.
He's had one of the poorest seasons he's had in his career at Liverpool. But you're judging him against himself, and that's the problem. And it's the same with Mo Salah. Like, you're only judging Mo Salah against himself because he's had one of the poorest seasons he's had in his career. He's still done better than Saka. Like, and everybody compares Saka to Mo Salah. Like, that's the comparison, apparently. So it's like,
Virgil
Mo
van
Salah's
Dijk's
having
in
the
the right
worst season of his
system.
career. But, mate, Gabriel and Saliba are under their 30s. Mo Salah's 33. Virgil's 34.
Exactly.
It
Could be
so much
that
work
Father
in their
Time
lives.
has caught up with them.
They're not prepared for this. No,
Okay, so
nobody was prepared for this season. Believe me, Liverpool fans weren't prepared for this season.
So
And we certainly weren't prepared for Mo Salah to fall off a cliff and to Virgil to have one of the worst seasons he's had at Liverpool.
But on one hand, Matt, Virgil's the best defender in the league. On the other hand, Father Time's caught up with him. Which one is it?
I'm not sure Virgil's the best in the league now.
We
this
said it
season.
literally about 45 seconds ago. We can run the tape.
No, he has been but not this season. He hasn't been the best this season. Gabriel's been the best this
I'm
season.
talking about this season. Who gives a shit about
Gabriel's
previous
been
seasons?
the best defender this season. Virgil hasn't.
But don't you think that structurally Arsenal are more prepared now,
they
like
play
as a
with four
unit,
centre-backs, mate.
compared to Liverpool? Like,
They
it's
play
a
with
little
four centre backs.
bit-
They
yeah,
play with
so-
four centre backs. Like we play with a left back who's quite raw, quite young. He's 21, 22, in Kirkes, new to Liverpool, also new to playing in a team which is in European competition, by the way. So that's probably not easy what he's dealing with. And then on the right hand side, we just haven't had anybody who's put any form in there because we had Bradley injured, Frimpong injured,
Massive problem.
tried Dominic Szoboszlai, not very good. In and
Curtis
out.
Jones.
Curtis Jones, in and out. Now we've got Joe Gomez, like rusty, like it's. And then defensive midfielders, we haven't got any. We got Endo, but he's injured now. He's done.
Matt,
we haven't
remind me,
got
where
defensive
are
midfielder.
you at
Like-
on where are you at on slot?
Oh, I've been slot out for probably about March last year.
last
Mo
year.
knows. That was one of the first.
End of the season, last season, Mac is the only one that said this is not going to
We
work.
won the league.
He said
and I
that,
was like,
he said that's not going to work next
for
season.
the
This
next
guy
season.
has lost the plot.
I got hammered. I got hammered everywhere for it. They were like, "He's just won the league," and I'm like, "I don't think he's the guy to take us forward."
Why is that though? What's his biggest
You're off
problem?
your head.
What do you think? What do you think is his biggest problem, Arne Slot?
Yeah, but before we go there, I think the players should hold accountability. This
How
I know
much,
that
Mo?
Slot
How
before.
much, Mo?
Okay. So now let's be objective. Before we go on Arne Slot, for Liverpool, I think some of these Liverpool players are getting leeway in the media. I think some of Liverpool players are being babied. Like, you cannot baby some Liverpool players. Like Wirtz, for example. When are we going to sit here and say, you're 115 million pounds, you got the chances to score some goals, you got, it's March now. There is no, Hassan was saying it yesterday, this is not August or September. There is no, I'm new to the league excuse anymore. You have played over 20 games. When are you going to show us at least half of the 115 million pounds? Yes, the touches are great. Touches are good and everything is good. Yeah, he looks good in the eye. Liverpool need output. Liverpool need to score goals. They are underperforming. Right? Liverpool massive underperformers in this league.
He could have
Right?
grabbed that Galatasaray game.
I
by
know.
the back of the
He could
neck.
have won him the
And
game.
instead-
Liverpool could have been
Instead,
Liverpool
he was
could
a
have been
donkey on probably the worst player on the pitch.
Yeah,
like Liverpool could have gone back to Anfield, leg over leg, sitting in the couch, calm and composed. We're going through. Now they are on the edge. They don't know what is going to happen in the next game. Mohamed Salah, for example, I'm Mohamed
he
Salah.
didn't have a shot, by the way. He didn't have a shot on goal the whole
I think
game.
Mohamed Salah. I think
My
Mohamed Salah
God.
has been shambolic this season. Shambolic, like, and I mean shambolic this season. Ekitike, I don't know if his head got big or something. He hasn't been the same guy for about like a month now, or a month and a half. And we were talking about signing of the season. What happened to the guy? I don't know. Alexis McAllister.
Mo, they've all been mate since they've come to Liverpool, they've now got celebrity status. Like, they're all over the place. They're jet setting all over the world. They're doing all of these
Ekitike,
promotional
though,
shoots. Like,
He-
all I see now is Liverpool players online, like advertisements at fashion shows, doing this, doing that. I'm like, hang on a minute. Why don't you fucking focus on what's important and what's got you to where you are? And it's called playing football. Because they are all a shower of shite, all of them.
But Ekitike is
All
that
of
kind
them.
of flair
Right
player,
now,
isn't he?
I'm
That goes
like,
on runs.
bring
and
Robbie
then he goes
Fowler and
cold.
Steve McManaman back into this team. Like,
Steve
give me a
McManaman
bit of edge.
was a world class.
Pathetic.
I think, for example, one of the players that are not
At
getting enough.
Madrid, maybe.
One of the players that is not getting enough criticism for me this season is Alexis McAllister. The guy that won the World Cup, the guy that was arguably one of Liverpool's best players last season. The guy he's going in the games, he's focusing on fighting instead of actually playing football again. And I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Why are you not playing football? Why are you hiding? Dominic Szoboszlai is the only saving grace for this Liverpool team. He's trying his best. Alexis McAllister has been a calamity. For the level that he is, he's been a calamity for Liverpool this season. He's the one that's supposed to grab the game in the midfield, dictate the game. He has been shit. Like shit. And I mean, like, for the level that he can play, he has been terrible. Like, and I'm like, how is this guy been that bad? But the problem is that spine is bad. By the way, Alisson has been making mistakes as well. He hasn't been great as well. In and out of the team. Injured the game, by the way. He might not play this first game. And it's going to be Marashvili. And this Liverpool team, the players are not getting enough criticism in the media. Every time you open up, slot. Okay, slot. It did slot till Wirtz to not shooting the goal. It slot. It's slot is the one that's telling Ekitike not to pass the ball and try to dribble past three players. No, he's not. He's not. I'm not saying that Slot is good or anything, but again, some of these players, you're a superstar. You need to carry yourself in a good manner on the pitch. It's on you to play.
It's also the whole mentality about it. It's like we had the opportunity to leapfrog Chelsea and to cement potentially third place, third place in the Premier League by beating Wolves. And we went there half-arsed. Attitude was wrong, and we got beat. Same with Galatasaray. Went over there, attitude's wrong, and we got beat. Like,
but that's the point. So who's more to blame then? Because I agree with everything Mo
genuinely
said there.
I genuinely don't know now. Like Arnie's been absolutely atrocious, by the way, all season. Like,
Isn't it
he's
his
not
job
getting
to
any
get him
out.
up for these games though?
But
as
players need to turn up. Like, they need to turn
They
up
do.
in games.
So, but I had that. So
they're
before
not.
Neil comes in, so to go to Slot, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna just to transition to Slot. I've heard opinions that it is not 100% on Slot. The players are letting him down. They're down tools. They're not playing well.
Mhm.
And it's not solely on him. He's putting them in good positions to score goals, to shoot, to create chances, and they aren't. The defenders are letting him down. Konate hitting Gomez on that counter attack was a joke, right? That is not honest. By the way, I want to be honest. That's
Mate,
not
did you
fucking
see
honest, bro.
the goal that was
Arne Slot-
disallowed? Like,
Yeah, the
Konate was
But yeah, the goal
rolling
like,
around on the floor.
that is not on. It's not. It's not on. It's not 100% on Arne Slot. It's not. It's not.
No, it's not 100%. Which way you split
Some
it?
people
How
are saying
how
he
much you
deserves
split
another
it
year
up?
because he won the league. By the way, some
I
people
think the
say that he deserves.
Galatasaray game is the one. I think that should be his last game if he loses that game.
No.
I think
He ain't
that's it.
losing that game, Sal. He ain't losing that
He's
game.
not going to lose
I'm
it.
not-
I don't
I'm
think so.
not-
You
I'm
know
not being
Galatasaray
guys,
fans
but-
in the stadium. They're
I'm
banned.
not being funny, but I think Tottenham at Anfield could be the first game in history where both teams lose 3-0.
I don't think that. I think Spurs are gonna. I think you're gonna beat
Trying to work
Spurs.
that one out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to like. What does he mean by this? I think. I genuinely believe that you're gonna beat Spurs and you're gonna beat Galatasaray.
We're literally going to
But-
give Igor
But they
Tudor
have to,
his
Mo.
first win.
They have to.
Keep
Otherwise,
him in the
I
job.
agree with Hassam. Sack him in the tunnel. Sack him in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
tunnel.
100%. My man here, thank you so much. He's saying Virgil van Dijk is being asked to defend like 15 years ago. Lol, no more system to hide behind, more duties, and he is struggling. I'm gonna respond to this. Virgil van Dijk never defended in a system. Liverpool always had Van Dijk defending one-on-one, but he's older now. And he has to cover a lot of ground, and he's making mistakes because he's older and the team is not playing well, and he doesn't have confidence. Virgil van Dijk hasn't been great this season. He has made a lot of mistakes, but to say that he used to defend in a system, no. Virgil van Dijk used to be a lone defender. How many times, one-on-one or two-on-two, that Van Dijk had to defend? No, he isn't a system player at all. Virgil van Dijk is, for me, the best ever individual defender in the Premier League history, ever, for me.
Yeah.
There's no one better than him, in my opinion. It's a conversation you can have about John Terry, you can have about Rio Ferdinand, but that's, for me, best individual defender in the history of the Premier League.
You can literally find YouTube videos that are about 30-minute long of Van Dijk doing one-on-one defending.
Yeah, 100%.
And
One-on-one
it's
defending
like,
only.
Wow.
Yeah, he's ridiculous. That one-on-one defending, he is phenomenal, in my opinion. He's fantastic, right? But again, you cannot beat Father Time. Like it is what it is. You know, like you gotta have to.
But
The
thing is, though, the thing is, like you ask any Liverpool fan, like him and Salah and Virgil had to get new contracts after what they achieved last season.
Yes,
You just couldn't.
Agree.
You couldn't go. Okay, yeah, go. You just couldn't. They had to be given new contracts because Virgil was unreal last season, and Mo Salah had a Ballon d'Or season, basically, for me. Right?
yeah, it is. You cannot actually. You can't. It's impossible. You can't. How is he Manchester United and the top 5 for you, Sal?
It's a big weekend for Man United, to be honest. It's the first real setback we've had under Carrick. The first loss he's had, and it was a poor loss as well against 10-men Newcastle. So I'm looking forward to the game because I'm looking to see the character of these players and if Carrick can get the players up for this game. Because I remember under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer when we went on that long run, then he lost one, and then we went on a number of games losing and stuff like that. So I'm interested to see how Man United turn up. I think we're going to be all right. I think it's going to be a difficult game and we'll win the game. But it's an interesting one because we've had our first real setback. And we haven't played well for 4 games, by the way, that's, in my opinion. And we've been quite lucky a few times.
How do you compare yourself to Liverpool in terms of like the team, how the team looks and that they're looking up for next season and stuff? How do you compare yourself to Liverpool?
I am not writing Liverpool off because I think Liverpool got some very good players. They've got some class players, young as well. This is what we've got to remember. Like next season, they've got another year in the Premier League. But I think Man United are more ready than Liverpool at the moment next season. I think at the moment.
Really?
Just at the moment. I think Liverpool got a lot of work to do. in regards to everything. I know what Man United need. Man United need the midfield. That's what Man United need. Once we fix that midfield, we're going to be fine. Liverpool need a number of positions for me. And a lot of the signings that have come in might not work. And it's going to be a big problem for Liverpool, especially if they don't qualify for the Champions League.
Liverpool, I think, need 4 starters, in my opinion, right? But Man United, you might need a midfielder. I'm not sure if you need a striker as well to start ahead of Sesko. I like Sesko, but you need a striker to start ahead of Sesko. You need a right back, maybe a left back to start. I'm not sure if you got a left back because of Luke Shaw. The Man United versus Liverpool next season, because for some whatever reason, people think that Liverpool, if they get the right signing next season, they're going to go challenge for the title again. That's what people think. Like, it's going to be a challenge for them. Like, they're going to go challenge for the title. Man United fans are like, are you challenging for the title next season?
Yeah. By March, we should be. But it depends what the board do. As you said, we need a left back, a right back, 2 midfielders, maybe a backup striker.
Sal, you might need more than you think right now, only because you're going to be in the Champions League next season.
Yeah, we do.
It's unlikely that you're going to bump into Grimsby Town again. So you may have a lot more games next season. Yeah. And actually, you may need more players. But yeah, if you're going off like right now and in terms of, okay, how you're looking this season, I get what you're saying. But I think you might need a bit more.
Why is this a mad take, though? Chicken wing. You don't need to superchat. Just why is there a mad take that Man United are ahead of Liverpool next season? Is that for you, Mac? Do you think that as well?
I'm worried about.
Or do you think that is delusion? Because Sam said that is delusion.
No, I'm genuinely worried about Manchester United, because if Manchester United get into the top 3, which could very well likely happen, because Unai Emery isn't good with juggling competitions. That's never been his forte. So I think Unai Emery will probably win that cup, because that is his cup. He's won it God knows how many times. So he'll go and win the Europa League. He'll qualify for the Champions League anyway through winning it. Manchester United could finish 3rd or 2nd, depending on how they get on. Then it's a case of, do they keep the manager? But then you might have the opportunity to go and get a worldie of a manager because you're in the Champions League. So him winning the league might actually lose his job, which is really sad. But Carrick might actually end up losing his job because he does so well, which is weird in a way. But then if Manchester United are in the Champions League, they already spend £1 billion on players anyway. And everybody goes to them anyway, regardless whether they're in the league or not, whether they're in Europe or not. They always have, because of the prestige. That scares me, that you might go and get, I don't know, Enrique.
Oh, when you look at players like Anderson, who we're linked with, he's openly said that he's not
Enrique, and he might come.
Why do you think Anderson will join you over Man City? Guys, Man United aren't getting Luis Enrique.
No, but
Manchester United aren't getting Luis Enrique.
They could go and get Simone, or they could go and get Inzaghi. Like, one of those would come to Manchester United if they are. They won't get Inzaghi.
But Simeone, but I get his point. I get. It's not about the name. I get what Mac is saying. Man United can go and get a top manager next season. But if Arne Slot is gone and he gets Xabi Alonso, like, I just think you're getting Luis Enrique, bro.
Does worry me.
I'm not giving up hope. I know it's a long shot, Mo, but I'm not going to give up hope in Luis Enrique, of course. It depends if Man United qualify for the Champions League. Can I ask you something? Biggest problem is obviously Wilcox, Ravel, and these guys. Are they going to be too much of an influence on Luis Enrique? And that's the thing. He's going to want him to do things his own way in regards to transfers, in regards to tactics. If you got Jason Wilcox in your ear every 5 minutes saying, "Oh, maybe you should play this, or maybe you should play him," I don't think he's going to fall in love with the project. To be honest, because I don't think the project is as attractive as other clubs, for example.
Can I ask you something, Sal? If Luis Enrique is offered the Liverpool job in the summer at Man United, which job do you think he should take?
It depends.
Okay, no. You, Neil, I'm going to ask Neil. Okay, all Man United and Liverpool both make Champions. Sorry, Sal. Man United and Liverpool both make Champions League, right? Next season, Neil. Luis Enrique is getting offered the job. Both are going to have the same transfer budget. Probably, as far as I know, as far as the reports are saying, it's going to be between 250 to 300 million for both clubs, by the way. Right? Especially if they sell Salah for like 40, 50 million or something like this. Which one do you think he should join and why?
Are you asking me which he should or which one he would want to?
No, which one he should, in your opinion?
Should. I mean, they're the two biggest clubs in England, right? Like, you then have to look at the mess of, or what is there a mess going on behind the scenes? Like, you'd have to say Liverpool are the more stable, have been the more stable over the last few seasons. So based on that, I mean, they're monster clubs, right? Let's not get it twisted. It's not like, you talk about it's the two biggest clubs in England, and then there's a gap between them and everyone else. That's the facts, if you like it or not. So then you have to look at who's more stable. He should, by that logic, join Liverpool.
I'm going to make a poll, actually. Sal, what do you think?
I think it depends on the project. I think it depends how much money they're going to give him, how much they're going to back him, and how much influence he has as well. Because obviously, Ruben Amorim fell out with those around him. And if Luis Enrique, Champions League winner, has got Jason Wilcox in his ear every 10 minutes, telling him to do this, telling him to do that, I don't think
he's not. Okay, he's not. Okay, Sal, if Luis Enrique joins Man United, he's going to have it in the contract that no one has a say. Like, we know these big managers are going to sign contracts based on rules and conditions and stuff. He's going to say, no one is telling me what to do. I'm getting the budget. I'm choosing players, blah, blah, blah. He could
be the guy. He could be the guy to get Man United back. That could be an incentive. That could be an attractive thing, isn't it? He could be the guy to get Man United back. And obviously, he knows about Man United. We played against him many times when he was a player as well. So, yeah, he could be. That could be an attractive proposition in itself to bring Man United back, to the promised land. You never know.
I've heard that from Ten Hag. I've heard that from Mourinho. I've heard that from Louis van Gaal.
Yeah.
Every guy
I'd
that comes to Man United,
mate. I'm not, no offense.
Bro, it can't be, bro. I've said it. Guys, hit that like button, people. Can we get to 200 likes, guys? And also vote in the poll, guys. I want to know which club people think that he should join. Manchester United or Liverpool. Mac, what do you think?
I don't think he comes to Liverpool. I think he goes to Manchester United.
Really? Why?
I don't think Liverpool. I just don't think. I don't think Michael Edwards would want him.
Why?
I just think we're looking at. I just think we're looking at something different. I think we're looking at managers that aren't
ready-made, proven, top of the.
I think we're looking at the next one, and I also genuinely believe that. Like, we probably took Slot because he was a yes man. Like if you just look at the whole system, the way Jurgen was not given, because Jurgen wasn't given a lot of players. Like, that looks pretty obvious now that he was told, no, not this year. No, we're going to wait a little bit. I don't think Enrique is going to be that guy that's going to be able to be told, no, you can't have your next Mbappe, or not Mbappe, but you can't have your next Doué or Dembele. Like we're not giving you 100 million this year.
Mick, the good thing about Luis Enrique,
they gave him 500 million. They gave him 500 million in the summer.
But Luis Enrique, he's not necessarily a Galacticos kind of manager, is he? He does build up players.
Doesn't look like Arne was given that money though, really, does it now? Like, have you watched the round table? It looks like Richard Hughes was given a certain amount of cash because of the last couple of years where we didn't spend a lot, and all of the money that came in for all of the deals that had happened. And we also sold about 200 million worth of players as well, by the way. Like, people have forgotten that. So it was a case of Richard Hughes was given a budget and Richard Hughes spent it, and Arne was told, you make it work. And if Arne was any good, he probably could have made it work, because it seems like our system's set up for a 3-4-3 or a 3-4-2-1. That's kind of how the system looks like it's set up, or potentially 5 at the back or whatever, But he wants to play this weird inverted shit that's not worked for him with no midfield. That's kind of how he wanted to play. But I just think that he's just been given the tools. Like, here you go make it work. And I think that's probably what it's going to be with the next guy. which is why I don't think it's Xabi Alonso.
Who do you think is going to be there?
Who is the next guy, mate?
I think it's probably going to be like a
leaving us in
Gomez or
suspense.
someone like that. Like, it's going to be the next up and coming who's going to
That's Fabregas.
be told. We've already spoken to Cesc. We've already spoken to him. And apparently, you've already spoken to Enrique. That's the rumours. In a hotel.
Man United want
if United
Enrique.
get Enrique.
That is ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Challenging.
That is a
next
real
year.
worry.
They might
Challenging?
Yeah,
It's a
they'll be
real worry
challenging.
for 21
They'll
for
be
us.
challenging.
I don't think so.
If I'm Sal and we get Enrique, I'll be bullish. He's bullish now.
Enrique.
He's bullish now. Imagine him with Enrique. Listen,
if we get Enrique.
Mo,
If
You
we get
spent a
Enrique.
bag full
Enrique's
anyway.
one of the best
You
managers
backed
in the world.
Amarin.
We'll probably end up with Michael Carrick.
You backed Amarin.
I did back
Amarin,
Amarin, yeah.
Enrique.
Yeah, I did back Amarin. This is my biggest worry, isn't it? You know, because behind the scenes, Wilcox, Rivera, and all these guys, I know I keep mentioning names, getting involved too much in regards to the managerial position. And they see the manager as a first-team coach. They don't see him as a manager. They see him as a first-team coach. And that was the biggest problem with Ruben Amorim. He saw himself as a manager, not a first-team coach. So I don't think Luis Enrique is going to enjoy being a first-team coach and not a manager. You know, that's the thing.
Fair enough. So people think that next season it's going to be an Arsenal and City again. We need more teams. We need Chelsea in there.
I'm going to take up ceramics.
We need Chelsea in there as well. Chelsea, bro. I think Chelsea, I don't know about Rosenior, but listen, they're not a bad team. Chelsea, they're not a bad team. Just need better signings. The manager has an experience.
The thing is, Mo, with Chelsea, it's like it's so obvious what they've needed for so long.
Yes.
And they just never do it. They never buy. Like, why don't they just go and get Mangin? Why don't they go and get that goalkeeper?
Yeah, the Manian guy.
This season.
Yeah.
Like, it's
just
ridiculous.
Also centre back. It's very obvious. You need an experienced centre back.
Back and a goalkeeper.
Mike Manion's too old for them. They have a certain structure, right? Mike Manion's like
guys,
30. It's like a granddad.
They are, and also, to be honest with you, I have never seen something like this. As the co-owners of the club is actually asking a fan content creator in Matisse to meet with them and others. I've never seen this. You guys know what happened, right?
I didn't see it. What happened?
So the co-owner, Matisse, one of the co-owners of Chelsea, asked to meet with some of the fans, including Matisse and others as well. And they had a conversation. I think it's Matisse only or other. I've never seen this, bro. How do you run a football club like this? I've never seen this in my life. These guys have they have no idea how to run a football club. They're like cleaning the air with the fans, and they're like, this is ridiculous.
Where's the Chelsea rep? Where's the Chelsea rep?
Bojo couldn't make it, and your friend Mark couldn't make it. So he's right there in the chat. Spread him his podcast. He's there. Chelsea will be there. You think you're going to challenge next season?
I tell you what, Mark, and all you Chelsea fans, I don't want to hear about the Club World Cup anymore. I haven't had a chance to catch up with Mark, and I will tell him this when I see him when I get back. I don't want to hear about this Club World Cup. Oh, what Club World Cup? Oh, we bopped PSG off the park, played them off the park, smashed them up. You just got slapped up 5. Slapped up 5.
Here you go, Neil.
Club World Cup.
I'm sick to death of having to explain why Chelsea are good. We're second in the table. We bought PSG off the park. We bought Barcelona off the park. It's time to acknowledge that this ain't the same Chelsea from the banter era. This is a better Chelsea squad that will turn up for anybody that steps up.
Look. I will say that was a really good game of football, and Chelsea were in it.
To be honest with you, Mac, I got ridiculed. I got ridiculed for saying this. I got ridiculed for saying that.
That's not what's meant to be.
No, I thought the goalkeeper is the one that made the mistake. The goalkeeper, and it's, by the way, it's not on him only.
2 more times after that, Mo.
It's not on him.
Just FYI,
and he made the mistake, but that goal is the one that lost in the game. Chelsea could have won that game.
That was the
Chelsea could have won that game. Why do we
really
like for 70? You know the difference. People said, "Oh, the Spurs game is the same as a." No. No, it's not. Because you were 4-0 down after 20 minutes, Spurs. Chelsea, they fumbled, all right? And the reason why they fumbled after the third goal, Neil, is very simple. You cannot have a team with no experienced player and nervous players and players already on edge on the pitch and an inexperienced manager. Both cannot go together. It's either you have an experienced manager with young team or some experienced players. By the way, people think that Enzo Fernandez being upset on the pitch helped the team. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't help the team. You need someone to calm things down, right? And that's why they lost their head. That's why everything went wrong for Chelsea, because you don't have any experience on the pitch. That's why when they scored the third PSG, you completely fumble. I think Chelsea played well for 75 minutes. I think the problem happened after this. I think the problem happened because the goalkeeper can't make a decision for himself. This is where the goalkeeper has to make the decision about, this is the time where I put it forward, right? Put it long. But because he's so under pressure, because that's the manager non-experience, he's so under pressure to prove himself to the manager that I gotta follow instructions and play from the back. He forced that pass. Any other experienced goalkeeper that doesn't worry about his position and just, this is the starter, would just make his own decision and put it forward. Jurgensen was so adamant that I gotta pass this short. I gotta pass this short. He made the mistake. That was a ticking bomb, Jurgensen, from the beginning of the game. But again, 5-2 is embarrassing, yes, for Chelsea, but they put themselves in that situation. When you hire an inexperienced manager, when you have an inexperienced squad, that's what happens. That's
Mo,
what
how
happens.
long's the game of football?
90 minutes.
Right, okay, cool.
I'll tell you what, though. Tell you what,
I feel like you didn't know that.
That was a decent result.
So what is your
Chelsea aren't
point?
done. Chelsea aren't done.
You're saying
What?
75
That is
minutes.
done,
We're
Matt.
good for 75 minutes.
No.
75
Yes.
minutes. Mo,
Yeah.
a game is 90 plus, 95, 100
Okay,
minutes.
you
these
you
days.
are bantering. I'm trying to be
I'm
objective.
not bantering. No.
You
I'm
are
actually not
bantering.
bantering.
I'm trying to be objective.
Mo,
I am
I'm not bantering.
analyzing a football
you're
match.
analyzing the game, but you're
I am
analyzing
analyzing exactly. I
75
am
minutes.
I am analyzing. Yeah, and I said. So why are you only taking that first part of what I say and you're not listening to the second part? Why? You're doing the same exact as what other people do. I am analyzing a football. I said Chelsea played well for 75 minutes. I said Liam Rosenior came up with very good tactics that worked against PSG. I thought that PSG were nervous in the game. They could have lost. It could have gone either way, right? However, you are now, the problem is, Neil, your brain stopped here. You didn't listen to the next part.
My brain didn't stop. Your brain stopped at 75 minutes.
No, because I
It
kept
did.
doing.
Your brain stopped.
Oh, Neil,
bro.
Neil, I'm explaining what happened after. You didn't listen to it. I said they fumbled after. It is embarrassing that they all lost their head, that the 15 minutes, that the problem is they didn't have experience, and that is what Chelsea need. They need experience on the touchline or they need experience on the pitch. These situations will happen when you completely collapse. That is what is embarrassing. I don't know what is so hard about me saying that Chelsea collapsed in 15 minutes because of the mistake that Jurgensen made. That is what happened. So why is this?
But
It's not an
collapse.
excuse. That's what
Okay,
happened. I'm explaining what happened.
You're talking about Spurs conceding 4 inside 21
That's
minutes,
collapse.
right?
That's collapse.
That's a collapse. And Chelsea conceding 3 in the last 10, 12 minutes, right? So they're both collapses, Mo. Yeah, and you can say the reason for the
There's
collapse.
a difference between you start
can
the
say
game and you
the reason.
collapse.
You can say the reason for the collapse. But at the end of the day, you still got slapped up 5-2. The end result is the same.
Did I say that Chelsea didn't slap? Yeah, exactly.
I know you're not disputing that, but you set your stall out this whole week about, or since the game, like, actually Chelsea were good, man, for like 75 minutes.
They were.
Dude, you have to judge them on the full 95 minutes. You have to. And if they're going to crumble through an individual mistake or whatever else, you still get judged by it. If that was Arsenal at 2-2 and
they're not Arsenal.
And we crumbled. Let's say we crumbled. Say it was 2-2 and we crumbled. Would there be this objectiveness going around?
You're not. Number one, they're not Arsenal.
It's not going to happen. I get that, Mo.
No, they are not Arsenal. They aren't in the place of Arsenal. Don't believe Lewis. Sorry, Matt. Sorry, Matt. They literally. But listen, this is what people need to understand. Chelsea, right, aren't Arsenal. Are in the place of Arsenal. The board don't think that they are Arsenal. The board think that they can become Arsenal because, by the way, one of the sporting directors as well, said that we are winning trophies and we are on the right path and all this stuff. Them hiring a young manager, Neil, is saying that we are still building. We don't want to win, we don't want to win trophies now. All of this talk from Chelsea about we won the Club World Cup, we won the Conference League. You know you're being judged on the Champions League nights and the Premier League, where you are in the Premier League. Winning an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup, it's not where the club is at, right? It doesn't reflect, right?
As Chelsea fans,
Chelsea
not me.
aren't Arsenal, and I don't think that Chelsea should be judged like Arsenal. The reason why it shouldn't be judged like Arsenal, because they aren't where Arsenal are, and because the board.
Don't judge them like Arsenal. Then don't judge them.
I'm
like
little, I'm
judge
little bro
them
in
as Chelsea in the last 16 in the Champions League. Judge them like that. I'm not asking you to judge them like Bodo Glimt either, right? You got to judge them, or Sporting Lisbon. You got to judge them by. You can say they're not Arsenal. That's fine. But this is Champions League, last 16.
Can I ask you something then?
You've got a chance to bring it back to Stamford Bridge. You know they're out, yeah? They're done.
Can I ask you something?
They're also playing a team that won a quadruple. And they also beat us last season as well.
No, but PSG were not fantastic.
5-2.
Okay. Guys, can I ask you something, Neil? Objectively.
We should have been beaten 5-2.
You watched the City. Did you watch the City game, of course? And you watched the Chelsea game, right? Both. I'm assuming. Do you think both games should be analyzed the same? Both 3-goal deficit. Do you think so?
Mo, you can analyze the game.
Okay, I'm asking
at the
you.
end of the day, your end synopsis should be you can take two different paths, but both paths lead to the same end goal, which is after one leg, both teams are out. So you need to give them equal criticism because they've both been slapped up, and they've both taken two different routes. And you can have your bit.
I don't agree with this.
A lot of this week, you spend a lot more time
I disagree,
talking about
I
the
disagree.
75. You spent a lot more, from what I've seen. You spent a lot more talking about the 75 and giving Chelsea more praise, and then following up with, "Oh, but then they crumbled." Whereas actually that then they crumbled bit you should give it just as much energy as you give the 75. That's
I'm not going to do this because I believe that
you don't
Chelsea
have to, bro. You don't have to. Yeah, that's fine.
No,
but
I'm not gonna do this because I don't believe that this is the right way of doing it. Man City were terrible for 90 minutes. Their striker had one touch in the box, had three passes the whole game. They were terrible. Their manager set them for failure from minute one, Pep Guardiola. While Liam Rosenior, see, there is too much differences between the two games. Liam Rosenior set Chelsea to play a good game. Pep Guardiola, the more experienced manager, see his team against a depleted Real Madrid, where most of his team was that the Man City team should have done much better than being shit for 90 minutes. Chelsea were good at least the majority of that game. So the analysis is different. I cannot be analyzing Man City, right, and Chelsea the same. I can't. I think it's unfair if I do that. The result is the same, yes. But the analysis of the football match is different. One of the most experienced manager on planet Earth now, one of the most successful managers, setting his team to fail from minute one versus a young manager going to Luis Enrique, winning quadruple, as Max says, in their own ground and literally making them on edge. How can I analyze football in the same?
So this is what you're saying. You're talking about Chelsea as if they're minnows, Mo. You're talking about their minnows.
The reason why I wouldn't do it is because Chelsea haven't been in this situation for a while. Like, they're not experienced in that. Like, yeah, okay, they won the World Club Cup. Who cares? Like, there was like a Brazilian team that got to the semi-final, like, who no one's ever heard of, and some Saudi Arabian team. Yeah, big deal. Like, this is the Champions League. Chelsea haven't been in it for a while. Like, and they've not been competing for a while either.
They got a manager that never managed in the Champions League before. Never.
Plucked from Strasbourg.
The guy never seen a Champions League game in his life. Going to manage against one of the best teams in the world now.
Like, their goalkeeper, look,
versus the manager. So you know what? You're literally now. I know Neil, you have to stop. Now, Neil, you're giving me ammunition. You're giving me ammunition. A manager that never managed in the Champions League, going against Luis Enrique, one of the best managers in the world, versus the best manager, arguably in the last 20 years, versus Arbeloa.
Went toe to toe.
Alvaro Arbeloa.
Yeah,
School Pep Guardiola.
I gave Pep criticism too. Yeah, you got out tacticked, you got outdone. Arbeloa. But you can talk about Liam Rosenior and this and that. But you know, if you start going down that route, Mo, then, and I don't care if you do, but it's a slippery slope, because you're going to end up at a point of saying, "Oh, Chelsea, they're a small club." That's where you're going with this, by the way.
Habibi, yesterday in the Chelsea panel said the standard is here. Neil, the Chelsea fans already told me that the standards are here. That's what they said. They told me yesterday. I was doing a show yesterday. They literally told me we have no standards. Anyway, I know that you gotta go. I'm gonna end the show. I gotta go. Let me end this show. Yeah, big up. I'm gonna, guys. This is a great conversation that we're having, guys. I'm gonna, guys, redirect you to Saad's Football Corner. They're doing a Saad's Football Corner pod with Ashraf and the guys. I will see you guys there. Thank you so much for everyone that liked the videos. Thank you for all the donations. Thank you for all the everyone that is supporting the channel. Sal's channel in the description. The Frenemies podcast, guys. Neil and Mark, the channel are together. So go and support Neil and Mark on the Frenemies podcast. Sal as well. I will see you guys tomorrow. And we are out of here.